And I can't complain about everything I said yesterday.
What was that?
As it relates to the WNBA. Last night, I really felt that I was watching the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
With the energy in the building, with the outfits, Pam, the wardrobe. We're going to get into that a little bit. I mean, it was pretty damn impressive. And I think it's coming off the best year in college basketball that women has ever experienced. I think it's the popularity, the branding, the Caitlin Clark, the Angel Reese, the Cardoso, the girls that's coming like Juju and Paige, and I mean it's a bunch of them, and it's so incredible. It's an incredible thing, and I tell you, I mean I was at my seat waiting to see who's going to be number one, even though we all knew.
Yeah, we all knew.
But I was trying to check out In the NBA, I would say what the guys are wearing, whatever. Now it's getting to that point where the women are really, in my opinion, overshadowing the men based on what they had on yesterday. We're gonna talk about that.
No question.
Oh, it's no question. Well, let's get into it. Caitlin Clark was the number one draft pick.
Yes.
To the Indiana Fever, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, Indiana Fever. And by the way,
and what a team that is getting ready. That already is, since draft night was last night. They're already predicted to win it.
Really?
Well, not just with Caitlin. I mean, they already had Aaliyah Boston.
They
had Caitlin. Now they have Caitlin. And then I can't remember the girl's name. I'll look her up. But one of the top 3-point, like, Caitlin, she just was coming near under Caitlin. Like, together they have over 7,000 points in the big. Let's see, who was I can't remember her name. I'll look her up. But she's on that team. They've got some really great players on that team. So Caitlin, I think, is going to be the missing link that's going to take them.
Well, we're going to find out because
the
Las Vegas Aces, I think, won it the last 2 years, right?
Yeah.
And they go for the three-peat. So until somebody challenge them, then talk to me when that happens. Yeah.
Well, we know why they're going for the three-peat. That's another South Carolina connection.
That's right. And speaking of South Carolina, I think the third pick was Cardoso, who went to Chicago, and she's going to be joined by Angel Reese, who was the 7th pick, going to Chicago too. They're gonna have the Twin Towers up there, man. Yeah. They're gonna be battling for real. And I think
battling on the same side this time.
I know. So Chicago and Indianapolis, Indiana, hey, those two cities are gonna be on point. I just think it's really.
So you gonna be watching?
I'm gonna be watching big time. I thought that at one point the Washington what's the Washington team?
The Mystics.
The Mystics. They had the 6th pick of the draft, 5th or 6th. And I thought, okay, Angel, that's Angel because she's be close to BMO, which is Baltimore, close to the house, being there right down the BWI Parkway. But it didn't work out. But now she's going to Chicago, and I would tell you, being in Chicago was, if you're in L.A., Chicago, or New York, and you pretty decent, you're gonna blow up in terms of branding, in terms of endorsements. So I just thought that it was a great fit for Angel to go there.
And they're gonna need the endorsements because we know they don't make a lot of money, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's funny.
We got to get that up.
Yeah, Caitlin signed I think she signed a 4-year contract. And I think that's unusual. Typically, it's 2 years for the WNBA. But they don't
want her to go nowhere.
Huh?
They don't want her to go nowhere.
4 years locking her in. So I gotta get the data on her salaries. I think most of those are somewhat etched in already, based on where you fall in the draft. You're gonna make X amount of money. But we all know, and she had Prada on last night, and we all.
Did you talking about some Prada?
She had Prada.
Are we talking outfit or perfume?
No, she had the Prada outfit on.
And she probably had the Prada perfume.
She was Prada.
Deal.
Oh, she was Prada back.
Yeah.
So she's straight.
Talking about some Prada back.
She was Prada back.
Erica, Bianca, come get your daddy.
So you can imagine that her endorsements outside of that. Matter of fact, of course, she's on State Farm already. You saw that.
Yeah, and the guy was there. I love that.
Yeah, so you know that they are leaning in as they should. If you don't lean in with her, then it's something wrong. They're leaning in with her big time, and it's some other people. So she's gonna make that money. And I think all the other young women should should get the same amount. Probably not at the same level, but they're gonna have opportunities to make a bunch of money. But let's go on the court. And here's Carolyn Peck, who is a former national champion when she was at Purdue, I think, as women's head coach. She talks about Caitlin Clark should be concerned with tougher defenses in the WNBA.
Well, I think that the biggest thing that Caitlin Clark is going to have to be concerned with in the WNBA is the speed and the athleticism of the defense she's going to face. Now, she faced a tough defender in Raven Johnson when they played South Carolina, but you also have to think about the pressure she's going to receive from a Jackie Young, from a Natasha Cloud, from a Jordan Canada. These women are experienced. They know the tricks of the trade, and they're going to be ready to apply pressure to Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's
pressure.
I think they started May 12th, 15th, May 12th, and I think they're playing Connecticut, the team from Connecticut first, Indiana Spare Connecticut. So I think I'm gonna be ready to watch that game because everybody's gonna be curious to see, can she maintain, can she shoot lights out? Now she coming down, she dropped 40. Boy, that lead's gonna be turned upside down, and I hope she does. Yeah. I really do. I mean, now. Because when she was at Auburn, by the way, Martin, one of the teammates, got drafted too in the second round. But now she's from out, and that whole rivalry and all that stuff is going. I mean,
you all in.
I'm all in. She's a shooter.
She is.
And but we talked.
They're gonna make her prove it. It's like if you played, high school and college, and then you go to like the adult, just rec league adults. They give it to you.
Oh. Trust me.
I know you know. So, they're going to, because of the hype around her. But she's going to have great support.
Yeah. And I think she's going to deliver. But it's interesting now that these young women come out of college. Everybody, you just heard one concern about Carolyn Peck. What Carolyn Peck said about Caitlin Clark. Here's Stephen A. Smith on being concerned about how Angel Reese is going to fit in the WNBA.
Listen, I'm a fan of Angel Reese. I'm just concerned because when we talk about Caitlin, we know she can shoot. So that's the ultimate fact. She could pull up from the logo. With Angel Reese, all right, I'm looking at your health. I'm looking at her legs. I'm looking at the spring in her step. She gonna need that on the next level now. I mean, I was at the championship game with the WNBA. I saw the aces. Asia Wilson, she's big time.
Yeah.
That's who Angel Reese is going to have to go up against.
I do agree with that.
So remember what we're saying about Caitlin. Again, the IQ, and Angel Reese definitely has the IQ. But the IQ is one thing. The shooting ability is another. That is not Angel Reese's game. And there's some sisters waiting in the WNBA that's going to have something to say about her success too now.
Now, to be fair, I did see a video yesterday
where she's been practicing her threes.
She had like 10 threes in a row.
Yeah, but she understands that she's got to do this every day
because people are gonna play her that way.
Yeah, it's not her best.
They're gonna play her to drive into the basket and getting those inside plays and at the basket. But she develops the outside shot.
Yeah, then she'll be successful. Yeah, but the lob over everybody is gone.
Yeah. Oh no, that ain't happening. No, that's not happening. And also, Stephen A. was still on the conversation relative to the WNBA now in terms of they need to lean into their rivalries, and you know how we have that used to be rivalries back in the day in the in the NBA. Mm-hmm. Even today, I'm not sure if they're in the rivalries in the NBA.
That's a good question. We
don't
talk about it like that.
We're going to talk about it probably on the other side because we got the play-in games tonight. Maybe the Celtics. See, back in the day, the Celtics. Oh, man, Kendrick, if you're listening, we got to put some rivalry on the poll. Because back in the day, the Celtics and the doggone Lakers was a rivalry. Mm-hmm. The Celtics and the 76ers, oh, my God, was a rivalry. That was just crazy.
Yeah.
So we need to maybe see, do we still have that?
We still have them.
Do we still have them? Anyway, here's Stephen A. Smith on the WNBA needs to lean into some rivalry, at least a concept of rivalry. Let's see what he had to say.
I want to know what her impact on the WNBA is going to be in terms of elevating its popularity. We've been raving so much about the numbers, over 19 million viewers, for the national title game, over 14 million viewers for the semifinal, Final Four game. We had peaked at 16 million. We've been raving about that. And I guess the question is going to be, what could best ensure that the level of success we witnessed in women's college basketball from a notoriety standpoint, what is the WNBA going to be able to do? And I'm interested in knowing how the WNBA is not just going to capitalize off of Caitlin,
right,
but we all know rivalries work too.
Yeah.
And so who's that nemesis? This is why I love the fact that Diana Taurasi spoke the way that she spoke, which is how she always speaks. She's been speaking about that way about Rookie for years. That's how she feels, okay? But I love that because to me, that contributes to the elevation of popularity.
I'm telling you, it's going to be a whole lot of things going on, and I just can't wait to get involved just to see what happens because